Hello and welcome back to RivetingTV's Newbie Monday. I am Dorjan.
And I'm Highflyer15.
And we're Riveting TV, and you guys are looking very sexy today. You know what is said? The World of Tank gamers are by far the sexiest gamers of the world. I mean, look at me and Highflyer. We're just example average Joes, right? You guys are just sexy, if not sexier than us, right? Right?
Totally.
I know it. I know it. You know it. We know. We know it, right? We know. We know. We know. I know. I know. You know. Right. Let's go into game. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's stop talking about how sexy we are. Let's go into game.
Yeah.
Right. The Russians. We have the IS-6. Now, this new bad boy has actually earned my respect recently. Have you seen it recently, Hyper? I thought it was junk when I first saw it. Honestly, did. And I heard a lot of opinions that it's junk. And I dealt with it easily. Then I was driving in my KV5 with gold shots as well, because we were testing to see if it was profitable to drive a KV5 with gold shots for the extra penetration. And I ran across a decent player in the IS-6, and oh my god, I couldn't hurt it. I couldn't hurt it. Everywhere I shot, bounced or didn't go through. I was flipping raging. Not at this guy. I said, wow, man, that was really good play. I killed him in the end. I didn't lose. I did get him. But the guy was playing astronomically. It was bouncing off every time I was trying to hit him. I had to call in reinforcements. I didn't want to want him. He would have beaten me. I had to re-angle myself, delay him, and get some allies to come in and deal with him. I couldn't fight him. The angling on the armor is just superb. The whole shape of the hull is just really good, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's really good, actually. The in my new and lovely E4 T110, even bounced on the front plate. I just went out, quick shot, boom, bounce. And that was pretty overwhelmed and pissed because it's a premium tank, tier 8. Of course, the gun is pretty horrible compared
It's
to
okay.
the armor.
It's
Yeah, it's
nothing
okay.
to shout about.
Yeah, but 5.13 rate of fire. Yeah. But yeah, it's a good tank. I haven't heard about the credit gain in it, just because I know nobody who drives it. So. Yep.
Yeah, it's not the best tank in the world, as in it's not going to be dealing with tier 10s. It's not as solid as an all-round brawler like the IS-3 is, but it's still... I've learnt a new respect with it. That one player who played it superbly made me realise that the tank has a lot of promise in the right hands. I'm not saying it's the best tank ever. I'm not saying it's the worst tank ever. But it was rated, in my opinion, as junk from what I read. The Russians especially said it was junk. And because they rated it so lowly, I rated it lowly. And in fact, I blew a few up thinking it's nothing. And then that one situation made me realise there may be some promise there that I just didn't notice beforehand. And you can have some fun with it. If you're looking to learn how to angle your armour, rely on bouncing and angling, it might be a tank worth getting.
Yeah.
It's like a gold IS-3-ish.
I actually think it's better, more bouncy than the IS-3.
Oh, it is, but it's not more all-round
Of
better.
course not.
Yeah.
Yes, of course not. Yeah. Moving on to, I'll just take the US, and gonna look at the T-34 and the Super Pershing. I actually have both of them, so I'm just gonna show.
Do you know what? I'll sit back and let you talk about the Super Pershing.
Okay.
You like the Super Pershing?
That's an understatement. I love it. If I could, okay, I was just about to say if I could remove all tanks from the garage and keep one, then I wouldn't keep that one. But just because it's
Close.
slow.
It'll be in the top
But,
5.
Yeah, it would, because this front armor is just the spaced armor. The spaced armor on the turret as well. Apart from this spot on top of it, it doesn't really have that many weaknesses. Of course, if you shoot down here as well, but most people just don't really know where to hit it. So, and they don't seem to really want to learn either. And when there's right now there's over 100,000 people playing, then you don't really need to know, be afraid of people meeting you who knows how to penetrate it, because there's so many players who hasn't met one yet, or just doesn't want to learn how to penetrate it. So it's just awesome. It's really awesome. It soaks every single shot in the game. You can shoot it with everything. E4, Jagdpanzer E100, anything. E100 itself, I kept an E100 busy, and
Yes, you killed it.
yeah, not all alone, but a Jagdtiger just helped me with one shot. But other than that, I killed it all. That was just insane. I soaked like 3 shots from the huge gun on the E100, and he just kept on shooting into my spaced armor, and I soaked it all. Yeah, really worth the gold, since it's only 7,200. It's really cheap for the cheap spaced armor you get on the front. And don't complain about the speed, because the speed is justified by the spaced armor and the fast gun. It's not a bad gun by any means, and it's such a good gun that I only bring like 4 premium credits ammo for it, because I know that I can penetrate reliably on all the rest of the tanks. That I don't really meet that many tanks that I can penetrate, so there's no need for more than 4.
Yeah, if you own one, just wiggle your turret whenever you fired. Because look up and wiggle. You'll pretty much absorb any shot that comes from you frontally.
Yeah. Let's move on to the T-34.
T-34. Now, the T-34 is my only premium tank on the American server, because I was going all American. The Super Pershing didn't exist back then. I had the Ram 2 on the European server, so I bought the T-34. And it's a fantastic tank. It really is. It's slow, and that's its drawback. But everything else about it is just brilliant. It's got a tough turret. It's got a huge gun, huge cannon.
Yes.
And it's really good. It's actually, I would say, as good as most credit tier 8s, and that's saying something. Normally, the tier 8s have got limited tier groups to make up for the fact that they're not as good as the normal matchmaking tier 8s. And the T-34 holds its own. It's a little bit slower, and the armor at the front isn't brilliant, but you're meant to go hold down with it. And I like it. I think it's a really, really good heavy tank. Really good. It's great for making credits because it will penetrate almost anything.
Yeah, that's the... Yep, but it was really tough down to 4 rounds per minute when I played it, because I was one of the,
Yes.
I think, one of the only good, I was just about to say good, players that liked it as a tier 9. It had a lot of weaknesses, but the fast firing gun on it really made it stand out against other tier 9s. It could easily beat an IS-4 one-on-one if you knew where to penetrate. That's how good it was.
Yeah, it was a solid tank, and moving it to the tier 8, I don't think it was that bad. But even the Chieftain, the American expert, he loved the tier 9 T-34. He said it was his favorite tank in the game until they moved it to tier 8. He actually said that. If you ask him what his favorite tank was before they moved it to tier 8, he would say the T-29. The T-34. He absolutely loves it. He thinks it's a really, really good tank.
Yeah, it is.
It is recommended. If you want to buy a big tank and you've got a little bit of gold to spend, it's a little bit more expensive than some, it's great. You'll earn credits from it, and you get to train your American heavy crews in it, like, really nicely. Yeah. So if you're going down the heavy route of the Americans, which I recommend, then go for it. I would say you would not regret it. You will not regret it. It's a little bit slow, so if you want super fast and you're a med player, you might want to avoid it. But if you're the average Joe who likes the heavies, go for it. You're not gonna look back. You're gonna think, yeah, this is a great tank.
Yep, it's really good. And it is cheaper than the Löwe. And if you really want a big tank that can penetrate most tanks without really aiming, like you have to with the Löwe and the IS-6, due to the low penetration, then that is the tank to go for. Yeah.
Totally.
Yep.
Have you seen much of the Black Prince?
Nope, not at all, actually.
I was really hoping to see lots of it, but I've not really, and it looks fugly, so I've not really been interested in buying it myself. But I don't know.
Uh, nope, I didn't say
I don't think we can talk about it then, because I really don't. Does anyone in the crowd know anything about the Black Prince? It's just bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry, not the credit Black Prince, the Matilda Black Prince, the tier 5 gold.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And when I said the low penetration on the Löwe, I didn't mean low penetration. I just meant lower, because better penetration, you always have lower penetration. You always have the chance of getting a huge low, a very low penetration roll, and with the T34, it's higher on the low end. So there's not as many bounces as with the Löwe. I've bounced on sure penetration spots with the Löwe because of the low penetration roll. But it's good. It's a very good tank. The Löwe, it's one of my favorite tanks to play. Or was, of course. I nearly have 500 games with it. I'm very diverse with what I play. That's why a lot of the tanks you'll see, I don't know, top 20 tanks. I have over 200 games in them. I don't main one tank because it's I mained the ELC during the double credits week. Oh, was it week or weekend? I can't remember that. But it was. I played that a lot. Don't mess with him, Fly. He will.
I know. It's just one. It's just one, and I'm trying to get him. What about the Jagdtiger 88?
Ooh, yeah. Well, if you like the Jagdtiger and don't really mind getting a worse gun, and the gun is actually pretty good at the matchmaking that it gets. It's 203 penetration and fires insanely fast, and 240 damage. And it has the best accuracy in the game at 0.31.
Isn't there a 29 somewhere?
I think that's is it a? No, it's not a Russian.
There's a 29 somewhere. I swear. There's
okay,
a 29.
what has the 29?
Unless they removed it from the game, there was definitely a 29 about.
Yeah.
They might have removed it. I think the Löwe before the nerf might have been 29.
Yeah.
They nerfed it. I think they got rid of the accuracy. I swear there is a 29. Does anyone know the 29? The 0.29?
Oh,
anyone know that?
0.3 on the AUS ME50. So that already beats it.
Oh dear.
But a 29. What is the 29?
Do you know what? In the comments below, talking about the archive, I'll try and find out whether I'm right or not. I'll put a little image on the screen or something. We haven't got time to look for that now, unless someone in the comments knows any 0.29. But I swear there was a 29. I swear it. Anyway, I think that was the last premium tank, isn't it? Are we out of premiums?
Yeah, apart from the Löwe, which is a little worse than the Tiger 2, then yeah, we're actually through them all, apart from the purchasable ones, like the KV5.
Oh yes, the KV5. Now, anyone who's been following the stream for a long time know that I've got a story about the KV5. The fact is, it was almost the tank to break me. I bought it because I buy the Russians. I was doing the Russian tree as my main tree, so I thought I need to get the Russian tier 8 heavy because that's going to be the thing I'll use for training my tanks. And I played it, and I was like, this thing sucks. I had like a 20% win ratio on it with 100 games. I was like, guys, I can't play this thing's freaking, I wasted all my money, it freaking sucks. But then I left it for a while and went back to it after I was a bit better. And I promised myself that I won't let a tank beat me, that I'll learn how to play the KV5. And after grinding a bit more with it, I started learning how to get 100,000 credits a game with it. I learned how to use its armor for its advantage and how to use its gun. I learned how to keep out of trouble, especially with the artillery, and how not to waste that massive hit pool it has. It's such a good tank. It's very quirky once you get used to it. But I do not recommend it for the average player who hasn't yet mastered quite a lot of the game mechanics, because things like ramming is very good with the KV-5. It's very heavy. So going downhill, you travel around 35 to 40, and you hit something, you'll do about 450 damage. You then shoot at point-blank range doing another 200 damage, and that's in one go against like a Tiger 2. It's also got one of the highest hit points in the game, especially at tier 8. It is the highest tier 8. It's really good. So I would say the KV-5 is great. If you if you like that sort of thing, if you like a slow tank and you like a tank that will make you be better, then go for the KV-5. It's something I would recommend for people who want to get better at the game and want to earn silver once you've learned how to get better at the game. It has a few big weaknesses. If you face people with golden ammo or with who know exactly how to shoot and how to deal with you, they can run circles around it. You don't have the hugest skill ceiling with it. There's only a limited amount of things you can do, but you can use that massive hit point pool to help your team win. Lead the charge. Be at the front. Don't be scared to take the hits. You'll get steel wool so much with it. It's a good tank. I will recommend it because you can use premium shots with it and make a profit. Fuck yes. So, yeah. I said it. I said it.
You said it.
Type 59 is not a better rammer. Oh, it's not. I made a point about getting to the top of a hill just to drive down it. You crush a Type 59. Literally, it just blows up.
Let's
roll over. Nah.
Let's do it.
What?
Let's do it.
No.
While we answer questions later.
Okay, when we answer questions.
Okay, yeah.
Type 59 versus KV-5 rolling down a hill.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. It is good fun. We'll show it afterwards. Right. That's the end of the premium tanks. Is there any more you want to add about premium tanks before we move on to the questions?
No, we've covered all of it actually. Apart from the one single thing that premium ammo you can sustain. It loses the most of the disadvantages when you use premium ammo, and because it is premium tanks, you can fire premium ammo if you hit, of course, and earn a profit even still. It's only like 10,000 or a little bit more. Nope, I don't have the Type 62.
Oh yeah, the Type 62. Yes, sorry, I have seen that in action, and one of my friends have that. The Type 62 is a scout tank through and through, but it's a stationary scout tank. It has it has the lowest camo value in the game, or should I say the highest camo value. It's the stealthiest tank in the game. You sit in a bush with camo net and binoculars and optics. You are unseen. You can see the whole enemy team. It's fantastic for that. But if you fancy brawling in Matchmaker, I wouldn't recommend it. It's definitely one for the scout player who loves being a ninja. Go for that. It's really good for that. But it's slow than most tanks. So most scout tanks, you might find it hard to get in position. Yeah, maybe. It's hard to really justify it as long as if you're a really good scout, you like playing with friends who like playing their artillery, you might make a lot of credits with it, but it's quite hard to play. I'm not sure how I can recommend it with that, though.
No.
Right, we'll pick a haloof, and I'll invite you.
Okay, I'm thinking about getting another one in there because he said it was a better rammer, not 1 versus 1. So let's get Behemoth in here with a big tank with lots of HP, so we can ram him.
Sure thing. Oh no, Adeptus is online. He has a Type 59.
I have a 59.
So you can be the target because you're the camera point anyway.
Oh, okay.
Adeptus, come on, man, you can help me. I know you're watching the stream. I've sent you an inviting game. Get your Type 59 on. You're too shy. Don't worry, we won't get your voice, just your tank. We just need your tank.
That's weird.
USSR. Get your questions ready, guys. Get your questions ready. Get the questions. There we go. Okay, so that. Okay, cool. While that's starting, we need to get the questions ready. I'm just looking at see if Behemoth is around. be he around? Question. Is he around? If he
Someone wrote
is,
me on Skype.
yes. Can you make a notepad of all questions? I've got some so far, but while we're playing this, get the questions together, and we'll answer them as we get time. Okay, so Adeptus, if you will come over to where I am, and if you go down to around D6,
Yep.
Highflyer,
Yep.
we'll ram.
We'll ram you.
Because why not?
Oh, no. coming.
Okay, let's have a look at the first question. How do you feel about derps at tier 5 with the new premium ammos being used?
Needs to be more pricey because I'm actually making a video about it with the M4 Sherman. It's so overpowered. It's just silly. It's silly overpowered. It eats everything up. Even in the worst matchup, it's like 350 damage in the face of KV 1S's, and oh my god. Yeah, it's I'm not sure about the KV5. You do pay for it, and the profit is not very good. But yeah, on the on derp guns, it needs to be a little bit more beefy with the pricing. But I don't think they will do that.
Yeah, it's one of those things that it's yeah. Anyway, that was from Mottis SC. From Similima 209, where do you actually penetrate that goddamn T54?
Well, when they have ramped me, I can show you.
Okay, Adeptus, you first, my friend.
Can you see me?
Yeah, we can see you.
Okay, super. I can't see him. Oh, there we go. He's missing me.
The Type took so much more damage. So much more damage.
Oh my god, he took damage.
Wow. The Type 59, we can now concur, is not a very good rammer. And I will prove this with now the KV5 is now going to trundle down here. And the KV5 is great because when it goes down here, it picks up speed. It's now traveling at 50 miles. Bang! Oh, yeah! 580 damage. Get in.
Okay, so penetration. Where do you penetrate the Type 59? Don't run away.
No, not the Type 59, the T54.
The T54? Same
Yeah,
spot.
it's the same. It's pretty much the same thing. So.
Same thing, yeah. Well, but the Type 59 is a little bit more easy to spot because there's this little thingy, which he's holding a little. He's a little bit. What's it called? Angled with the hill, but penetrating right there is really easy. Most tanks, big tanks on the same tier level, can penetrate it right there. And yeah, it is flatter. And if you're too close to it, just shoot it right there in the cupola. It's very. What the hell? Well, you can't go wrong with the cupola on any single tank in the game almost. The T-32.
I didn't penetrate your
hit. Are you trying to hit me?
No, stop trying to hit me and hit me.
Okay. No, nothing. Next question.
Next question, yes, indeed. Lord Game asks, what do you think about the new Chinese tech tree, now that it was announced like a day after the British came out?
What I think, when I first saw it, I was actually very disappointed because I saw a lot of already in-game tanks, and they're highly likely just going to be modified a little bit. like the T34 and T34-85, I think. I was really hoping for something unique, and now some of them are obviously just going to be the same, kind of.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be that more unique than the Russians. There's just going to be variations thereof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. It's early days yet. We've got a little bit of information. It's not on the test server yet for us, although I know people have been playing with them. Infamous asks, how many credits does the Super Pershing make a game for you, Highflyer?
A good game is around 80. A mediocre game is 50 to 60.
He means 1,000.
Yeah, 1,000. And of course, great games you can get 100 to 120. And the Super Pershing is actually the only tank, as far as I know, nobody else has proven me wrong so far, has been the only premium tank to break the 200,000 credit mark.
Nice.
And he came up against a KV5 and T28 and a lot of tanks alone, and he killed them alone. So, yep.
Okay,
he's a very
next.
good credit earner.
Yeah, next question from Meisner, and it's actually for me. Should I reset my Brothers in Arms and repair 77% on an IS-3 on loader to get the safe sewage and repair? War is not an option for me, and I get hit in the Amarak in 7 out of 10 games. Of course, I'll reset Brother in Arms and other crew if it's not worth changing. Now, I actually have the Brothers in Arms in my IS-3. I actually do have it. Repairs mostly complete as my secondary skill. If you can hit the Amarak most games, 2 things you need to do. 1, learn where you're getting hit, because it's almost likely to be in 2 places on the IS-3. The side and the lower plate at the front. So that's the first thing. Learn where they are and try not to expose that side, because there's only one side of the IS-3 that actually gets the Amarak, usually. The second thing is always save as best you can, save your repair kit. Save your repair kit for the Amarak. So instead of using it for tracks, whenever you get tracked just once, use that repair skill and just, reverse off and try and, deal with it. Take the extra shot to save your Amarak possibly getting damaged later. Because in IS-3, the damaged Amarak is pretty useless, as you know. So I would say it depends. If you really, really get Amarak that much, maybe, but even then, the safe sewage only helps you against dying to Amaraks, not just taking Amarak damage. So if you keep blowing up because of Amaraks, something's really wrong. If 7 out of 10 games your IS-3 blows up to Amaraks, you are doing something critically wrong with the IS-3. And I'll have to show you how not to do that, because it shouldn't be happening to you.
No.
Yeah, pretty much. So the next question, SuperPeta007 says, or 007, which premium tank do you get the most credits in?
The Löwe, in my opinion. Your KV5 in your instance, and some say the Type 59. But most reliably, over 100,000, the Löwe for me.
I would say the Löwe, for me, the T34 can do really well. But the T34 shells are quite expensive, I think. Yeah. So I wouldn't recommend the KV5 for always getting above 100,000. It's usually, if you go against tier 9s, you won't be getting that. But the Löwe, I would say, is probably one of the better ones for making credits. Okay. Exanko says, how to charge him round with a T95? I can't go mad with it and it makes me sad. You'll just have to be a sad panda. Because the T95 just can't do that. Oh man, it can't do that. 95 tons just cannot move.
Nope. Sadly.
Okay, next question. Iggy Danube, out of the tier 8 premiums, which one has the highest DPM and which has the best alpha? Now, if we're talking about tier 8 only, then we're talking the T34 for best alpha. And if we want to include the tier 7s, we've obviously got that massive frickin' TD, the SU 4477. Sorry, 44. 12544. Is that whatever the numbers are?
Yep. 1,
Tier
2,
7
2.
premium.
Good going.
Oh wow.
Good show.
Yeah, that was good. Wish about DPM though. I'm guessing the Louvre.
We can check if that's how they did it. Nope, DPM. Nope, not on Löwe. Some they do it on, some they don't. On the T34, nope, not that one as either. On the on the patent there is, but that's weird. It's really weird how those stats are implemented.
Well, there you go. Because the DPS isn't actually as important. There's very rare situations where you can just sit there and fire. Alpha is very important, but it's rapid fire and positioning to be able to constantly fire. And yes, Highflyer, you are a special case because you sit back uneyed for 1,000,000 miles away and freaking kill everything, even with a KV2 derp gun. So don't get me started on you.
Yes. Why? Are you mad, bro, for doing 5
damage?
Mad?
Yeah, mad!
For doing 5 damage with the derp gun with HE?
Always! It does fuck all damage for me. It's rigged, I swear. I swear Wargaming's gone to my account and flagged it for hilarity to always do no damage with HE. Freaking, they hate me.
Oh, yeah.
Money85 asks, got all top USSR top tanks, and now I want to go down a new line. Which tech tree do you think I should go for? Now, this is subjective, but are you looking for... I'll wait for your follow-up answer. What are you looking for in a new line? Similar or just totally different? I'll wait for you to answer that first, and we'll move on to the next question. Monatomic, what do you think about the autoloader line for the USA? And I'll ask that to Highflyer.
Well, they're going to take away what made the French, and I've only seen pictures so far, and what I've seen is sloped autoloaders, and that will be a nightmare, in my opinion, unless the armor is bad, or the autoloader is firing slow, or the speed of the tanks just are horribly slow. Then I can't see how they'll justify taking away what made the French and putting it on the US. And so far they're looking very futuristic with all that slope, so I'm not really sure I'm a fan, but of course I'm gonna get them.
Yeah, we'll see how they go.
Yeah.
Okay, Mummy says something new. Now, I will obviously the first thing to do is point you towards the episode of Newbie Monday where we covered the tech tree. But I will go through the basics in a very, very quick way. The French are very, very different. They're much more lightly armored, much more opportunist. They have to wait for the enemy to be distracted or make sure that there is nothing pointing their way. Come out, take a couple of shots, go back into cover, do the same, rinse and repeat, because if anything hits it, it blows up, basically. This is very generalizing. Please don't take this.
They're mobile as well.
The Americans are incredibly well-rounded. They're a little bit slower and a little bit higher, but they're generally speaking much better all-round tanks. They're a bit slower, they're a bit heavier armored on the front. The turrets are much better armored usually. This is all usually, and they have bigger, accurate guns for that sort of time. So you've got the big inaccurate gun for the IS-3, the T-32, a little bit more accurate, a little bit less damage. Same penetration-ish for the T-32, I think. So yeah, I recommend either of them two, or go for the British, because why not? The British mediums are just OP. Because everything's OP, really.
Totally.
Now, the great thing about water tanks, there is a lot of variety in each of the trees. If you want to be fast and aggressive, I recommend the British mediums or any of the two lines for the French. If you want to be a bit more subtle, go the German route. It has a lot of interesting tanks and requires a lot of thought to play their tanks. So yeah, that's my recommendation. Cool. Anything more, Highflyer? I think we're at our limits.
Well, no. No. We covered the premium tanks apart from the special cases in the store, which isn't there right now, and yeah, it should give you an idea of what to buy if you like to play low tier tanks. Then by all means, see if you missed the first part, watch it again. Hear what we have to say about the what they what do you say? What they play like in the regular tree, and just pick what you think sounds like you. Don't pick it because everybody says it's good, because you might not be able to play it. I see so many little players thinking it's bouncy. It's not bouncy. It's not bouncy. And
Not bouncy at all.
nope. But it does earn a lot of credits. So that's the deal with that one. If you like the Tiger 2 and know how to play it without getting hit too much, then the Lurg is for you. So, yep. That's about it for me.
That's about it. So I'm saying that it's been great fun today, guys. It's been really nice, and I think we have got company battles tomorrow, and on Thursday we have a pro night where I think we need to cast some proper games because we missed the ESL. So I'm going to try to see if we can get some company battles going on for you guys.
Yes.
We need to sort out our casting equipment because we haven't been able to cast since the patch.
Yep.
That's your job, Highflyer. Sort it out.
I'll try to sort it out.
So let's see if we can get some proper casting going on Thursday because we haven't casted proper games for you for a long time. So we apologize for that, and we'll get some sorted. Yeah. I don't think we have anything else in the works, but I do believe our other channels are starting to pick up a little bit of traction. Look at Bahamut's for random games about random stuff, and the /RivetingTV for EMEC and stuff like that. We're still developing them, and they're very rough, so don't expect to see the high-quality, gorgeous, sexy entertainment you get here and beards, and hilarity ensues. But yeah, definitely check them out if you're bored and you want to have be entertained by people. Sweet, cool. Anything else new? Yes, no?
Maybe.
Maybe.
No. Nope. If anybody has some. Nope. They don't have any questions on the.
No, we just did questions.
Yeah, we did.
So any feedback goes to rivetingtv@gmail.com. It's in links below. Check out anything else below as well. The times for all our streams, and also to be able to sign up to play with us. That's us too. Tomorrow night. So if there's any spaces left, go claim them now. I think we should, Highflyer, after the show you can quickly check to make sure no one's taking double slots and all that jazz.
Yep, I will.
Apart from that, good night. It was great. You are gorgeous. We are too. I'm Dorjan.
And I've been Highflyer15.
And this was Riveting TV. Good night.
Night.